prepare anything just because I didn't know how busy, especially if other people and stuff, it gets distracting.
Yeah.
So. Anybody got any ghost stories? Know any ghost stories?
No ghost stories?
You're here to get ghost stories, right? Well, if you see any ghosts, you let us know.
Yeah. Empty.
So we'll do our intro. So this is Jas
And Sher.
and you're listening to Giving Up the Ghost podcast. And we are recording live. Well, I guess live now.
Live, friends.
We're not dead.
Saturday night. No,
That's
it's
right.
Friday.
It's
Sorry.
Friday. And we're at Lower Fort Garry for the ghost tours.
Cool.
Yeah, very cool.
And people, and they have like multitudes of them.
Multitudes, yeah, just flowing in. Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
it is cool.
How many people are in a group? 2?
I think
4,
12.
6?
I think they're supposed to do 12 at a time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense. No, maybe it's not.
It's not.
I don't know. Is that a real candle?
It is a real candle, yeah.
It is a real candle.
But the flame isn't
Nice.
moving. I'm watching the flame. I'm like, it's not. Oh, there, I saw it, finally.
Yeah,
You're
there it
waving
goes.
it around everywhere,
Don't
and it's
blow it
like
out.
not doing anything.
Well, now we did it.
Now it's moving. Okay.
Now we did it.
That's funny. I thought it was like an LED thing, majiggy.
Inquiring people want to know.
Yeah, I don't know. So snoopy.
Inquiring minds. Some of the guides have really, really good stories. So,
Vienna's naive.
because of the old homes, like the old houses.
Oh, in the houses.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's understandable.
You don't want to put the gum under the table, like, that's like 300 years old.
300-year-old table.
Yeah.
It's that 300-year-old gum chewing on tree resin.
Maybe that's what's holding. Have
That's
fun.
holding something.
Have fun.
Have fun. If you get scared, run back.
Oh, and there they go.
And there they all go anyway. So
Yeah.
maybe there's some people that are there.
Maybe. Do you have a ghost story?
I have so many, but I'm going to be leaving for a tour shortly. I will be back.
Oh. Okay, what's your name?
Right.
Rye? Okay, Rye. We'll hold you to that.
Okay.
Sorry, were you I'm so sorry. I'm just
Jas and Sher.
Yeah.
Hey.
You got a ghost story?
Got a ghost story?
You got a ghost story?
Well, I'll let you do what you gotta do.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. It looked like
No
she was,
pressure,
she was
no
off to
pressure
an
at all.
important phone call.
We're late. We're very important dates. No time to say hello. We're late.
That's us.
Yeah, that would be
Tell
us.
you all about it. You're the one who wants to go see the haunted house.
I keep looking at that picture of that little,
Hut?
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I feel like a witch could live there.
Maybe a witch did.
Yeah. Which one?
So, did you listen to what we recorded last week or no? Didn't get a chance, right?
No.
See, I'm going to catch you up to speed. So, we spoke last week with the organizer of Friends of Lower Fort Garry, and her name is Carolyn, right?
Okay, yeah.
So that's the one I've been conversing with back and forth. Carolyn was kind enough to stop by and tell us some of her ghost stories. And of course, I had to say, me and Cher have this thing. We have this problem with Lower Fort Garry because back in those days, you didn't have wagons and horses, and people died. Where did they put the bodies? Because they're not going to go all the way. You know,
No, yeah.
And she said, well, you're not too far off from that, she said to me.
Oh, okay.
She said long time ago she actually saw some plans of what is mapped out here.
Right.
She goes, she couldn't tell us where they are now or what would happen with those plans, but it did show a spot just north of the fort, not by the river, not by the farmland, but by the highway, right? That there were some bodies. Okay.
Was it that? Remember we found that map that showed that?
Did we
quarter
find that
section?
map? Yeah.
We had a map.
Okay. So
yeah, and it was like down the road and in this. Yeah.
So, but it was still in this general vicinity.
Yeah.
And then Ashley had a very good point too, because like I chimed in and I said, Jesus Christ, he's too engrossed in the story. Like, because I chimed in and I said, like, you know how people are, they don't want their dead far away. They want to keep them close by.
Yeah.
You know, or even in the winter, you can't bury them right away, even if they were to go to St. Andrews.
Right.
You know, Ashley had a very good point. Back in those days, right? I mean, even up until like in the last 100 years. When people got really, really sick, like cholera or pandemic outbreaks, they would do mass graves and bury all the people in for content. So there wasn't any containment.
For sure, yeah.
So
Who knows?
where? Like,
Yeah.
where is it? And then Carolyn told another cool story where a girl that she used to work with here was driving down the highway close to that spot, right? And late at night, and then there was a guy standing on the side of the road she almost hit. And then it scared her because she thought, oh my God, is he okay? And then she pulled over to go get out to go look for him. Couldn't find anybody. She gets in her car, starts driving, looks in the rear view, he's in the back seat. It was an apparition. And that happened a few times to her. And then finally she confided into somebody and said, oh, this is happening. And then they said, you just have to tell it you don't want him there. And she did that, and he went away.
He's trying to go back home.
Hitching.
Yes.
Hitch a ride. Yeah.
It's like, take me back. My home is
Take
in
me
need.
back in 1758. Rewind.
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
No.
Yeah, no, there was that thing. There was an old hand-drawn.
I do remember that now.
A hand-drawn
Yeah.
map from some sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's like a surveyor site.
Right.
I gotta find that now.
Now, yeah.
I'll never find it again.
It's almost like what the tunnels to Under Winnipeg is to us. It's like the dead for Lower Fort Garry.
It's like
is.
finding a treasure map, right?
That's right.
I know. Not that kind of treasure that I want, but
Nobody wants that. But look at all the property around here. Like,
I know.
Tequila. Apparently it's haunted in here too, eh? Apparently they've
cool.
seen things move in here and in the gift shop.
In the gift shop. In the gift shop, that's because they have that stuffed thing over there.
What stuff?
I don't know what it is.
Oh,
if
the
it's an
beaver?
otter. No, that's not a beaver. It better not be a beaver. It's the skinniest beaver I ever saw.
I think it's beaver.
Is that a beaver over there, Farron? On the
go
top
with-
shelf.
Muskrat?
That's no
Maybe it's a
beaver
muskrat.
unless he's anorexic. There's some anorexic looking
They have a
furball.
mascot and they call it Justin Beaver, I think.
Just in case.
Right. Do you not have a mascot called Justin Bieber somewhere here?
We have Parka.
Parka?
Parka?
Parka's the little Parks Canada mascot.
Oh, okay. I thought there was a stuffed beaver called Justin Bieber, Carolyn was saying.
Not that I know
Oh,
of.
okay.
Maybe people
Maybe
give
you haven't met
Maybe,
him yet.
characters
yeah.
names.
Could be.
It's a mark.
Oh, it's a Martin.
Yeah, I'm like, no, that's not. That'd be an anorexic looking beaver.
Okay. Nice. Have you seen anything or heard anything? Not yet. You're just waiting, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Well, I've worked at other historic sites and
Yeah.
had some experiences there, but
Oh.
Do tell.
I really only had the one, but I
Can you come here and tell it on the mic? Awesome.
Tell it on the mic.
You're our first storyteller for the
Tell it on the
evening.
mic.
And what is your first name again?
my name's Caitlin.
Caitlin. Hi, Caitlin. I'm Jas.
Sure.
Meet you. Hi.
So what was your story? Where did you have an experience?
I worked at Upper Canada Village, which is a living history village museum in Ontario. And I was an interpreter there. And so, you have to do a lot of kind of behind the scenes stuff, like we have to dust every day
Yep.
and do a lot of sweeping, and we're there before the visitors and after the visitors. So one morning when I was dusting one of the upstairs bedrooms in the pastor's house, I'd done like one of the children's bedrooms, and then I was in the master bedroom, and I just had this very strange sensation as I was around the master bed, as if someone was there. And then as I stood there, I could hear someone breathing, as if they were deeply
Sleeping?
Snoring.
yeah, very relaxed.
Yeah.
But it just like my whole body kind of tingled, and
Yeah.
you feel the blood going
Yeah.
somewhere it
Yeah.
shouldn't be.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I kind of like crept out of there and like put the lock back on the gate. But
Yeah.
so that was
Crazy.
it was one of those things where it was like very undeniable in the moment.
Yeah.
It wasn't super freaky, but it was just.
But it was enough to give you the
Yeah.
It was
jeebies.
something.
Yeah.
I knew it was
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, you woke
Sweet.
him up.
I guess so. Or maybe
or-
I did manage to,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I did catch them sleeping.
Maybe he had a
Oh.
long night haunting, so
True.
Yeah.
It's true.
Oh, cool.
that is
That's
cool.
cool.
Did you have to wear a period costume at that historic place?
Yes, it was 1866. So, but also slightly different than here. That one's in what would have been Upper Canada at the time. So, a more established English,
Yeah.
UK kind of community.
Gotcha.
Right.
Rather than kind of being out here as a
In the
very new
bush.
settlement.
Yeah.
Out on the prairies.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Oh, that's cool.
neat.
Nice. Very
Nice.
Yeah, and I know a lot of other staff there have had various experiences.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
Cool.
mean, places that old, just like this, there's so much energy, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
you know, and it won't necessarily be energy of people that necessarily passed here, just transient spirits gravitating and
People's
Yeah.
doing everything.
yeah.
Well, it always kind of used to make me laugh. I mean, not that I would laugh at people, but you know, folks would walk into a building and say, "Did someone die here?" And I was
Right.
like,
Yeah.
Yes. Many people.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
died at home.
Yeah.
Lots of
So you hoped to die at home.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But
I
it's
guess.
funny, it's not like you walk into a hotel and ask that, you
True.
know.
I mean,
and
the
that
answer is
happens
still
a lot.
probably Yes. Yes.
Something. Huh.
Yeah. Very
Weird,
odd.
weird.
For sharing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you
you're
for
most
sharing.
welcome.
That was a good story.
Thanks. I'm
Thanks.
glad.
Yeah, for sure.
Great.
I think she said it was a pastor's house.
Yeah, the pastor's room's just creeped out.
Isn't that kind of weird though? Like, I mean, that's weird, eh? I've never heard of a sleeping ghost before. If you think
Well,
about it.
that's probably, but maybe like, you know, I'm sure
That's what they did all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. He just slept and people worked around him and took care of his needs.
Maybe, yeah.
His needs.
They're tired of scaring people all the
Well,
time.
I said he was up all night haunting.
Yeah.
You know?
Trying to see, did she look cold? Did they look
She looked a
cold?
little cold.
No, they don't look too cold.
Hello.
Not too cold looking.
Did you ladies come back from the tour just now? Yeah, it
Yeah.
was a good one.
Was it fabulous?
Nice.
No one scared you? No goblins got you?
No.
No?
They're lying.
Oh, they're lying.
Well, when it drops down right in front of you, it's kind of startling.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, that's not good.
It's okay.
I don't like spiders.
You know,
No, I'm not good with spiders.
You don't like your little arachnid friends?
No, I squish them.
Oh. Not supposed to squish the spiders.
Well, you know, I know. Hello.
are you guys a spooky podcast?
We are a spooky,
are a spooky
podcast. Or we
podcast.
are spooky and the podcast is spooky.
No, I'm not spooky.
No, you're awesome.
I listen to a lot of spooky podcasts.
Do you?
So,
Well,
yes.
we're very
Cool.
specific. We're Winnipeg, Manitoba only.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay,
And
so you guys
well-
do like only Winnipeg stories?
Manitoba?
Or
Yeah.
Winnipeg, Manitoba?
Well,
Okay.
we do ramble
Well, we do
too.
ramble-sodes talking about like
Yeah.
common things around the world because like
You know, werewolves around the world,
Oh, yeah,
or
yeah.
fairies, or whatever.
or
yeah.
because like if things are happening anywhere else, it should be happening here too. So we just kind of say that just to draw some interest and see if anybody has stories. And
Yeah. And we interview lots of people that have stories to tell about their homes or things that
Our
happen in their
locations,
life.
yeah. 164 episodes, doing it 4.5 years.
Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're like Winnipeg's best kept secret.
Yeah, no kidding. I'll have to look you guys up.
Yeah, for sure.
We drink and swear a bit
A little
sometimes
bit,
too.
so yeah.
But you know
I don't
what?
even know how many times I said the F word on this tour, so.
Did you really?
Oh my god.
Yeah, well,
Was it
you're our
good?
people.
Yes, it was good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, and it wasn't because I was like, me and my kiddo were saying like we like spooky, we don't like scary.
Right.
Yeah.
So like we love the ghost stories, we love the ghost tours, but
Yes.
like you won't catch us in like a heebie-jeebies type situation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
The jump scares.
No.
Not into it. So
Yeah.
yeah, there was a couple times where there was like a slammed door, and I was like, ah. But,
Set the ambiance, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she did.
Oh, I grabbed
She
one.
did.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
grab one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Well, that's cool.
Cool.
Well, it's
Excellent.
nice meeting you and
Yeah.
check us out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And if you have any stories, feel
Yeah.
free to let us know.
Yeah, and you can always email us or whatever, too.
Yeah.
We're on Facebook, so you can message
Heavily
us,
into
too.
Facebook, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Have a great night. Hey, Tammy Texter, what's going on over there? What you doing?
Looking at the pictures I took at Six Pines.
Oh, anything cool?
Yeah.
Did you
Put
find
your
something?
glasses on.
Tommy text.
Don't. What did you find?
So I was just taking pictures.
Yeah. Yeah. Nope. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Oh, what? Jesus.
I don't know. Maybe it was somebody, but I tried
No.
to avoid people.
Who?
That doesn't look like anybody we
Who?
were with.
No.
Oh my god.
Who would that be? Is that my husband? That's not my husband, is
No,
it?
he wasn't wearing that.
What was he wearing? I don't even remember what he was wearing.
No. But look how bald that thing is.
It's not his gray head.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh my god. Oh
Like,
my
I don't know.
god.
I'm trying to explain it to myself. But
It's kind of hard to explain that.
yeah.
Where was that?
Six
At
Pines.
Six Pines in the bush?
When we were
When we were
that
in the
ghost
bushes?
investigation. Yeah.
By that arch there?
Oh,
Well, yeah.
the
well, no,
portal.
The
but
portal?
that mound.
Yeah.
That
by
was
the-
by the mound.
Yeah,
Oh my God. Can you send that to me?
sure.
Well, I know you'll send them all to me, but
That was the only one that I saw anything. Some of them are kind of blurry.
but that blurred effect.
Yeah, no, that's just
When
creepy.
when you're using a cell phone, you're not supposed to get that blurred effect.
Yeah, do you?
No, not really.
It's digital lines. It sort of
It's
happens.
different. Yeah, you get like
Lines.
like you wouldn't. No.
No, you could tell that it's moved when it's a
Yeah.
camera. It's a weird thing. I know.
Oh, show that to Farron. He'll crap his pants.
Because
he was out there.
He was. I know.
Yeah.
No, well, what was he wearing? I wonder now. So,
What was he wearing?
and that other guy had a hat, so it wouldn't have been that
Was he
guy.
wearing camo? His camo
He
jacket?
was wearing camo, but that's great.
That's
not
definitely
camo.
not camo.
No.
I'll have to ask him when he comes back.
Who are you gonna call?
No, Ghostbusters that one, man.
No, we're gonna call Ashley and Kelly. I was like,
Probably be
hello.
lucky if I have.
Got any ghost stories?
Any ghost encounters?
to think about them.
Sure. That'd be awesome. How was it? Good.
You want to sit?
Sit
You
wherever
didn't get
you're little-
kidnapped?
I got creeped out a few times because there's people just standing there, and then you turn and look and you scream. So I was the entertainment because I screamed a few times.
We're just talking about your screaming.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You were.
Yeah.
I said I could just see somebody just startle her and she'll just go.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what happened. Yeah, exactly. Who's your guy? Who's your guy?
Yeah. Ian.
Ian. I think I asked you last week. You don't have stories, eh? Of your own?
I don't.
No.
I've only
You had
worked
8
at
stories tonight.
No, but
First
nothing of
Canada
his
for
personal.
summer, so I haven't had any encounters myself.
Well, hopefully there's next year. Hopefully
Hopefully you get haunted next year.
something scares the crap out of you next year.
You know, you can only hope, right?
I know, right? I know.
If you think, Rye had one in her first year, so I guess I'm just unlucky.
Yeah. So anyway, Teresa, you went on the tour. Tell us the highlights. What was the best part?
The best part were, well, when the stories were being told, and then you'd notice there'd be like a banging or something like that.
Somebody hiding?
Yes, somebody hiding, or you'd go into a place and then you catch somebody's body in the corner. People moving around, and there was a guy with a cane that was kind of like sliding across.
Oh, really?
And they also have like a lot of mannequins there, but you don't know if they're going to move, because if it's somebody else, I'm not familiar with it. So I'd be looking, and is that a real person or is that a mannequin? But the stories were interesting. I knew
Oh, I don't know.
from my friend that worked at Lower Fort Garry about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That there was lots of activity in
that's okay.
the fur area.
The fur house, trading house
Yeah.
or whatever?
Yeah. He said that there was always footsteps going on in that place. And then during the tour, I heard a more elaborate story about somebody that there was actual physical contact with that was sleeping there. And they said, you know, if you don't get out of here, like they thought it was one of the animators, the interpreters.
Okay.
And he was sleeping in the corner, and they said, if you don't get out of here, I'm going to report you. But
Yeah.
this is the first time, so I'll let it go. So the guy got up and left. And then the next day came, same thing. This was a security guard that was working there.
Okay.
Next day, shook the guy and said, Gate, come on, what the hell are you doing? And ended up going through the wall. Yeah.
Exit stage wall.
He ended up
Yeah.
going through the wall.
And apparently the security guard was on the hood of his car with his resignation letter the next day.
No shit. Yeah.
I like that story.
The next day, though, that's pretty.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, he was an overnight security
Oh,
guard.
I see.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
And they
Yeah.
don't have any anymore after that.
No more security guards at night?
No.
No. Oh, good to
Can't fill
know.
that position. That's a hard position to fill.
And there's somebody that actually, there was a jail here.
Right.
So, and one of the jailer, ended up, actually it was a soap opera because he was from overseas and he came to Canada, left his wife and daughter there. And then when he moved here, he was a jailer. He was a security guard, an officer.
Yeah.
And met and married a lady.
Here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then when
Lady number 2.
when his wife and daughter were ready to come over, he started getting really agitated and crazy and
Right. Guilt.
probably killed himself in that warehouse area, which used to be the jail.
Yeah.
And there's a red spot on the ground that they can't.
Get rid of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Like, I heard that story, but I didn't realize about the red spot on the ground.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting.
Hello. Do you guys have any ghost stories? You're one of the actors?
Yeah.
So you are the ghost story.
You are the ghost story.
Oh, yes, I am. Yeah, well.
And did you have fun? You like scaring people?
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
Is it awesome?
Which
I
building were
just
you
sat
in?
in the red cloak and just like.
Okay, and he was the guy with the cane.
Yes, he was. Yeah. That's what people
I was the one with the
standing
what?
there.
You were the guy with the cane.
The fellow with the cane.
You recognize my hand, do you?
Yes, I did. Right away.
I just make what you like. You didn't mind.
Yeah, I love
That's a
this
big
place
group
at
of
night.
this one.
I love. Remember we did that a few years ago.
Yeah.
I love that, walking through all the old houses at night.
Yeah.
Night.
But it wasn't an organized tour. You just would walk yourself from house to house. So I like this better. Yeah.
Yeah, we walked around. There was 2 cats that always were here.
Oh, I remember the cats.
The cats, yeah.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
have signs on the store, I think, that says, this is a picture of them. This is so-and-so.
And they belong
he lives
here.
here. Yeah. Yeah. So the people aren't always like reporting the stories.
Yeah,
And then me and Farron, and we took Hayden. Hayden was quite little. Anyway, one of the cats is laying in the road, and we're like,
Right. Do you have time now?
creep up, poke him.
You still got another story?
Totally crash in the sun. Just
7 minutes.
Okay, well tell us everything
7
you know
minutes.
in 7
Okay,
minutes.
ready
everything.
and go.
Everything you know.
Timing.
Or even the best.
So this is Rye. She's one of the tour guides here. So
Yeah, my story actually is from my first year. I was 18 years old. This was a long time ago, longer than I care to admit. And it was my first time locking up the warehouse, so I didn't know any of the stories on site.
right.
And so I walked in happy, end of summer's day. It was my first time locking up by myself. And I got really, really nervous. My hair stood on end when I got in. I thought, I'm just nervous about locking up for the first time. And
Right.
so I went to go plug in the light and lock the side doors. And then I heard a really loud crash upstairs. And so I thought, someone didn't hear me call out. So I went
Okay.
upstairs, and the upstairs is completely open.
Okay.
And there was nobody up there. And then I heard riding boots on the 3rd floor. And if you've ever heard historic shoes, they're very distinctive. Like, you don't mistake.
Not everyday shoes.
Not everyday shoes. They
Right.
don't sound anything like
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
So I assumed it was one of my coworkers. So I went up to the 3rd floor, went to go have a look around. There was nobody there. And so I went back down to the 2nd floor, and then all of a sudden the riding boots weren't on the 3rd floor. They sounded as though they were on the 2nd floor, like
Oh my
someone was
God.
walking towards me. That was roughly what I said, but with a few more expletives.
Got it.
And so it sounded like someone was walking towards me, and so I panicked. And I ran out the door, and I closed it, and I locked it. So,
No
yeah,
kidding.
all of the doors
Like
were
this,
locked.
right?
I don't care if someone's in there.
And so I went to the Burlock with my coworkers, and I sat down and I cried.
Aw.
And then my coworker proceeded to make fun of me and go, like, you're crying. Think about the poor tourist who you probably locked in there, who is now
no.
also crying. I was like, it's not a tourist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, yes, it is. And I said, well, if you're so sure,
You go.
you go look.
Yeah,
I'm not going
And I was
back.
so scared about it that I actually made him take his sister.
Okay.
I don't know what I thought that was going to do. So the 2 of them went, they looked through the whole building, and nothing was open. It was completely shut. It
Yeah,
had
yeah.
been just me there the whole time. And so it was the end of the day. I went down, I went to go get my stuff, and I was obviously pretty shaken, and most of my coworkers saw this, so they were like, hey, what's up? And so I told them this wild story, and they go, oh, that must have been Thomas. Now, we had a Tom who was working here at the time, and I thought, I'm going to kill him.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
This was not a funny joke. This was too far.
If he wasn't dead before, he is going to be dead
He's
now.
going to be the
Yeah.
new ghost story.
That's right.
And they stopped me and they're like, no, don't do that. Like Thomas Slack. And that was how I heard the story of the ghost who inhabits the warehouse. And I refuse to go in that building by myself. I hate it. It's like the creepiest building in the fort. And I think like most folks who've worked here for any period of time, or certainly in that building for any period of time, they all have like weird stories of things that they may or may not attribute to the supernatural.
Sure.
But yeah, that's my ghost story.
Well, that's
probably
cool,
my
right?
most haunted one.
Yeah, that's
That's the place
cool.
where I
That's
felt
a
my
good one.
face was really cold.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a creepy building. It just puts people on edge.
Yeah.
Which building is it?
It's the warehouse.
Okay.
So the warehouse is it was a warehouse, and then it became a prison, and then
Right.
it became an asylum.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And so you can actually see it because the building's sinking down into the dirt, because there used to be isolation cells underneath the ground, and so they're collapsing and the building is shifting.
Oh, crap.
okay.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah,
I heard they had to fill those in, right? Like when they found them? Yeah.
yeah, you can't go down there.
Right.
No.
Yeah, the building is still kind of slanted.
Because I had the Winnipeg Paranormal girls with me last week. As soon as they heard that there was another level, they're like, "Oh, can we go check it out?" They were all excited. It's like, no, they got it filled
that's
in.
buried.
Yeah.
Probably for the better. I don't know. I don't know that I'd want to go down
I don't
there.
know. I want to go down there too. Who was locked down in there?
What's locked down in there?
Yeah.
I'm
Who'd they
good.
forget down there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
there's
buried
some,
under there?
There's some things that you're just better off
Not knowing.
not knowing.
No need
Yeah.
to know. No.
It's neat to know and I don't.
On a need to know basis, yes.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, thanks, Fred.
Thank
That
you
was
very
awesome.
much.
Appreciate
Thanks
that.
for
You guys
sharing.
had some good
Yeah.
stories.
Hopefully, yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, I remember that whole asylum thing. That was weird, eh?
Yeah.
Just ship people off.
Well, and that's what they used before that, and then it became Selkirk. Right?
Yes.
Who she was referring to was the guy who married the second
Right.
lady.
Yeah.
The second lady.
Yeah, so he was kind of a jackass.
Thomas, what's his last name?
Slack.
Slacker.
Ooh, we shouldn't diss the dead. We don't want him coming
Yeah.
over
Geez. Sorry, Thomas.
here. You stay there,
Slacker.
Thomas. We do not need you here.
No, I don't need that. Interesting.
What was I going to say? That would be a cool place to check out. Hey, the Selkirk Insane Asylum. Like the original one? Yeah. Ooh, that must be just
There's
littered.
another building beside the hospital.
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
the old one.
Well, that's that was the psychiatric ward. When you were a kid, didn't you hear they say, don't be crazy or they'll lock you up in Selkirk. Go for a trip in Selkirk.
Well, I
Never
know
heard
there's
that?
a psychiatric hospital.
That's the new
Well,
one.
Okay,
yeah.
so there's an old building.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can kill? Devin, you're not supposed to kill on the tour.
What?
Well,
Oh,
you
sorry, I
killed
can't help
She
it.
said you killed it. So, creating ghost stories. I
Oh,
see.
that was such a big
The kids liked it.
But
Wait, what was the joke?
no, you killed it.
You killed it.
Oh,
I
I
said,
killed
what
it.
did you kill? You're creating ghost stories.
Yes.
Because we're all about the ghost.
Where do you think the ghost stories come from?
I know.
They gotta come from somewhere.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Good talk.
Well, and not, we're not drinking. There's no alcohol here.
No
It's
alcohol
PG
involved.
tonight.
PG.
No swearing.
No
We're
wine.
behaving. It's hard.
Although, if
It's
there
a hard
was,
life.
that would be a totally different tour,
Yeah.
right?
Totally different podcast. Totally different.
That would be fun, actually.
Don't give me ideas. You already hate coming out as is.
What?
Do you ladies have a ghost story? Do you have a ghost story at all? Do you guys have a ghost story to
Yeah,
share?
you have any stories of your own? Oh, aliens
We'll
too.
do aliens,
We
yeah.
like aliens too.
Yeah. We're not fussy. Come,
Come
here,
on
share.
down.
Come on
share.
down.
Share your spookiness with
We're all
us.
about the paranormal.
We just live outside of Stonewall.
Oh yeah.
So last night my
Come up
husband,
to the.
Yeah, come to the mic.
It's anonymous. Don't worry
It's
about
anonymous.
it.
But anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
anyway, he called us out and there was this huge bright light.
Oh.
It was orange.
Oh.
And then it split into two and it slowly, I don't
Whoa.
know what it was. We took pictures, but
Interesting.
yeah.
Last night?
Last night, yeah.
Wow. Are you on the Stonewall page that anybody else contributed to say what was that? What was that? What was that?
I just posted it on my page. And
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, look at
Oh, those are very round
That is
too.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was.
How far do you think you were?
I think it was about 4 miles away from me.
Yeah. So
Wow.
you couldn't hear noise or like engines?
No
or...
noise or
Oh
nothing.
no!
Wow.
Somebody responded, said they went out that way. They, don't know,
Didn't see nothing.
they don't know what it was.
Wow.
Weird.
So nothing weird affecting you today. You can't read minds or anything.
No,
Okay.
darn, eh?
We're going to interrogate Teresa some more about her tour. So when you say you were cold in that building, do you
Yes.
think you were cold because it was cold or because
No.
there was a ghost?
Like all the buildings were warm.
Oh.
Warehouse also warm, and I was standing at the end,
Yeah.
and my nose, like this part was freezing.
Really,
Like
eh?
freezing, like as if you're walking out and it's minus 30.
Really?
In the morning. Yes.
the hell?
I was
That's
gonna
curious.
ask other people if they
Anyone else cold?
Yeah.
but everybody else was sitting on benches and I was standing by the end. But
Right.
yeah, like my face was cold.
That's curious.
That
yeah.
is weird. Especially inside.
Right.
Should be the other way around, right?
Should be the other way around.
Too bad you didn't have a beeper with you.
Yeah, right. Eh? Oh well. Next time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
What was your favorite house? Your favorite
Well,
building?
the governor's house.
Oh yeah. It's so posh.
Yes.
Yeah.
The posh house?
Pinkies up.
Yes.
Poshness.
Posh.
Posh.
We weren't allowed to go into the other rooms. Like we only went into. There was
Oh,
only a
okay.
couple. Like we
Yeah.
weren't allowed to go into the furrier one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
That's because they hide all those ghosts away in there.
But
I guess so.
right. 'cause
Well,
the
I kept looking
the
up
ghosts
and-
are sleeping.
Yeah.
The light was on, so I was looking up to see if anything was moving up
Oh,
there
yeah,
while he was
yeah,
telling
yeah.
the story.
Yeah.
Great.
Cool.
You take a mic. You speak in one.
I speaking it. Speaking it Deutsch.
So on that note, we're at Lower Fort Garry. The ghost tours. It's winding down.
Yep.
It's Friday night.
Last one went out.
Last
They may
one,
not
and they
come
may
back.
not come back, and we won't know because
Yeah.
we won't be here.
Yeah.
So, oops, oh well. They'll just add to the ambiance of the ghosts and stuff. Maybe that's how they get the skeletons, right?
Yeah.
Why pay for fake?
That's
Anyway.
right.
Gotta
Gotta recycle, reuse.
Renew, reuse, recycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
And so, again, if you want to get a hold of us and you would like to email us your ghost story, where do they get a hold of us, Sher?
Givinguptheghostpodcast@gmail.com.
Excellent. As well, we are everywhere. We're on all the platforms,
All the
30, like
platforms.
Spotify, iHeart, Spreaker, Apple, like everywhere. So
Yeah.
if you
Just ask for us on something,
if
you'll
you
find us.
Google Giving Up the Ghost podcast, we come up. So there you go. And Bob's your uncle. And
mine, but-
no, I don't have a Bob. Actually, I have a lot of others, but I don't have a Bob. And remember to live every day like it is your last.
But never give up the ghost.
Teresa,
But never give up the ghost.
excellent. Good job. Good job. Golf clap.
Oh man, I can't. I'm holding a mic. I got this pressing.
And I should put my glasses on before I like stop it.